Hello and welcome to tonight's Love Your Life event. My name's Jamin and I'll be your host tonight. I'd just love to present this amazing, beautiful event because it's all about living your best life and loving it. How many of us out there are actually loving our life, every single aspect of it, and we're just wake up ecstatic, we can't wait to make the day happen, and we're so busting with glee. Everybody, some of us are, and some of us usually are waking up, dragging our feet off to work, and it's another day to go out and make another dollar. And sometimes a lot of us are doing things that don't light us up because we're out there just paying the bills and in the daily grind. And a lot of us are doing jobs that don't actually light us up because they're just something to do to fill in the time, or we've been told to go out and study and work hard and get into a job or into a position where we're working 40 hours for 40 weeks of the year or more. Even some people busting their balls doing 60 hours plus a week, and it's just crazy, and they're not having any life. So what I love about tonight's event is being able to have more fun and showcase that. And so if there was things in your life that you would love to do more of, I'd love you to pop it in the chat button. What are the things that really light you up? If you could be doing anything at any time, what is that? What would that be for you? Travel, Les, I love it. I love to travel. Where are you going to travel to? Running around the world. Epic, mate. That's so cool. Europe, travel, sun, surf, safari. Christine, I love it. That's my one too. America, oh, so cool. We've got to make this interactive, everybody. So I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from and where it is where you want to make things happen for yourself. What is it that you'd love to do more? Giving back to more people. Like there's lots of organizations out there, and what I love, renovate my tree house. Oh, I love it. Maldives. Oh, Christine, you're all over it. Spain, traveling. I get that all of us would love to do more traveling, and that's what really lights me up. It's one of my highest values. I've traveled a lot of the world, and there's so much more to explore. And what I'm about to share with you tonight is a vehicle that can help us do just that, have more fun in our lives, more excitement. Who here would love a bit more of that? I know I do. I'll live for it. Surf, sailing, safaris. Go to Ireland. I love it, Helen. And so the funniest thing is, though, that a lot of us are, like I was saying before, in this daily grind, and we have all these dreams and places that we'd love to go and visit. We see all these people go on these amazing holidays and doing this, and sometimes stresses us out that we're working and we're just getting by doing that, paying the bills, maybe saving a little bit for a holiday, maybe if we're lucky, have one a year or every couple of years, and we're just sort of cruising along. Some of us are actually doing jobs that we do love, but we're not fulfilled inside because there's so many other aspects to it. If you run your own business, which I have before, it took a lot of work and a lot of mental work to keep the thing going. I was stressed out. I was earning income, some good money, but I was always thinking about what's next and how do I get the next job and that sort of thing. And it was not enjoyable in that respect. Yeah, I had a bit of freedom, but I was still doing that. And then when I've worked for other people, there's a lot of aspects to that where I couldn't just go out and have the fun that I wanted to. I was bound by their terms and conditions. And I think what happens is that a lot of us get so stressed out that we end up getting sick. There's more people in the world that are getting these stresses, oxidative stress happening in our lives, where we're getting burnt out and we're not fulfilling that essence inside of us. And so if you look at the world's health statistics today, there's more and more people with ailments and illnesses, and it kind of really makes me wonder why and where's that coming from. And 90% of the time it's something to do with some level of stress. And you know, there's a lot of people out there doing jobs that they could be doing and creating a sideline income to alleviate some of these stresses so that they can afford more things. So we're going to showcase a beautiful company tonight and product and a program that will help you do that. There's so many people out there that aren't feeling that great, and one of the best ways you can alleviate those stresses is by eating more fruit and vegetables in your life. Who here eats 9 to 13 servings of fruit and veggies a day? Not many of us. You know, the World Health statistics are saying that we're supposed to be eating, they say 5 and 2 in Australia, and it's actually a lot more than that. And when you look at the statistics, there's only 5% of Australians actually eating that, unless, I'm pretty sure it's only about 3. Christine will probably tell you the exact statistics, and the scariest part, only 1% of kids. So what I'm going to share with you is something that we can help get more nourishment and more goodness into our body so that we can feel our very best every day and start to begin to feel incredibly alive and lit up. I used to juice every day, and I still do quite a fair bit. And I was feeling pretty good. A little bit about me is that I'm a boat builder by trade, and I was a firefighter, Queensland Fire and Rescue. And the Whitsundays, I was run over by a drunk driver 10 years ago, broke my back and pelvis. Lucky to be alive. So in that period of healing, I came back, and looking at me now, you'd never know because I'm out and about and doing everything. I was taking lots of different herbal remedies and concoctions and this, that, and the other thing, but I never felt 100%. And then I had another accident, and I was back on the painkillers, and I was, you know, just feeling my mindset wasn't right. I was in a lot of pain. And I went to see a chiropractor, and he introduced me to these incredible products called Juice Plus. And what it is, in a nutshell, is fruit, vegetables, and berries in a capsule, in a vegan capsule. It sounds really odd. When I first heard it, I thought that's something space age. That's pretty cool, but I don't know. It sounds a bit funky to me. So we've got 3 different blends. There's a vegetable blend, a berry blend, and a fruit blend. Now, there's 33 vine-ripened fruit, vegetables, and berries in here, grown to the peak time of ripeness, juiced up, and at very low temperatures, extracted the moisture content out so it doesn't get a chance to oxidize, and encapsulated into a vegan capsule, giving you all the essential phytonutrients which our bodies need to survive and thrive on. Most of us are out there just surviving. We're only just eating a couple of fruit and veg, the same stuff every day. Most of the fruit and veggies we are getting is picked early or gassed or sprayed or sitting in a supermarket for long periods of time, and the soils are depleted of nutrients. This stuff is grown on farms of 4th-year generation farmers, and it's tested for over 300 different known contaminants, and it's non-GMO, non-pesticide. So the problem with a lot of the food these days, even if you are getting organic, is it's sprayed with some sort of, either whether it's organic fertilizer, but most fruit and veggies are not. They're full of all kinds of things on them. And so it's little wonder there's more and more people with all these ailments and illnesses. I'm pretty sure every one of us can think off the top of our head someone with cancer or diabetes. Or the problem is that a lot of these days is the children in our world are overfed and undernourished. They're not getting these nutrients in their body, and they're getting sicker and sicker. The rise of children's obesity and health problems, mental health problems, is going through the roof. It's mind-blowing. There's so many diseases and things out there which we'd never even heard of 30 years ago. So it's a little wonder. So what I love about these products is that these are just going to put the basic goodness back into your body. It's not a supplement to not eat. It's actually bridging the gap between what we are eating and what we know we should be eating. So if you think about that, if you were out to go and drink a juice with 30 different ingredients, 33 different ingredients every single day, how good would you feel? This is what this is doing, giving you all that goodness without the fuss of juicing and the cleanup and the expense. For under $4 a day or around $4 a day, you're going to get unbelievable nutrition into your body. Now, what I love about these products, I could rave on about them all day, that when I did first hear about them, I wanted to learn a little bit more on what was the science behind them, what are they actually doing? Because my chiropractor said to me, I was saying, I was juicing every day, I'm eating all these fruit and veggies, what the hell would this do to me? And he's like, well, you're doing a lot better than most people, but are you getting all this variety every day? I'm like, no, who the hell does? He said, it might help your inflammation. I was like, well, okay, you're a doctor, you seem to know a thing or two about health. I'll give it a crack if you reckon it'll work. And within 2 to 3 weeks of taking it, I didn't have the stabbing, the back pain feeling. I was feeling absolutely brilliant, waking up with more energy than I've ever had in my life. I was sleeping better for the first time in 10 years. I wasn't taking any more painkillers anymore. And just over time, more and more little changes. I was just feeling like I was 21 again. And what I learned is that there's over 36 peer-reviewed medical studies on what this stuff does, published in medical journals by leading universities all around the world. So to have that backing, the product's been around for over 25 years with a company behind it that's 50 years old. So that certainty, what that was about, it wasn't a new fad. It was the real deal for me. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I started up and got cracking with it, and I started sharing it products with other people, and I was hearing some more incredible results, which you'll hear soon. What I did love about it, I don't have kids, but they put the same fruit and vegetable powders into a children's product. They make this children's product, which is a chewable form. So they mix it with a vegetable pectin and a tapioca to make it chewable. I think there might be still one in here. I can feel it. If you can see this is like a little kind of the texture of a gummy bear, and even big kids love them. I love them. And what we're finding is that more and more kids are adapting, their palates are changing, they're eating more fruit and vegetables because this is working internally on a cellular level. It's giving your body what it's needing, and the more you feed your body fruit and vegetables, the more it wants more. So kids are eating more fruit and vegetables, their behaviors are changing. There's lots of parents you'll hear tonight talk about how it's helping their kids. There's a children's health study out there with over 1 million children that have been on the product. Now, what's brilliant is that they get these products for free if the adult's on the capsules. That's over $5,000 worth of free product over a 4-year period if the child's between 4 and 18. So if you've got a niece or nephew or a child in your care that isn't eating enough fruit and vegetables, I know it's really frustrating for a lot of parents out there. This is the next best thing to give them, and you'll see some incredible changes. I'm just mind blown all the time I hear how it's helping other kids. What I do love is that our products are really simple. There's not a lot of them because, let's face it, fruit and veggies are just awesome. There's not much else you can do except get more into you. We have this incredible essential oil omega blend. All of us our bodies can't make essential oils. We need more essential oils, and most of us get our omegas from fish. Now, I don't know if you realize, but the fish industry out there in the world is not sustainable anymore. There's more mercury, there's lots of chemicals in the waters, radiation, and people are getting sick from lots of seafood out there. I'm not saying all seafood's bad, but there's studies showing how toxic it is to the body, especially a lot of pelagic fish. And definitely what this is all plant-based nutrition. So you're going to get your omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 out of here from plants, and where the fish get their algae from, we go straight to the source and get the algae. And so we're bypassing all the fish. We're getting all this goodness into us. These are brilliant for all of your heart, your brain function. For me, taking these, adding these extras into me was a godsend. My knees used to creak and groan being a boat builder on my knees all my life. They up and down stairs. Since I've taken them, it's gone. So that is what blows me out. Basically, in a nutshell, you're getting all your micronutrition here. We've got your macronutrition as well, which is these little guys are absolutely brilliant. I know there's so many people out there missing. Who's a breakfast skipper? Sometimes if you're a busy person, you're out the door and maybe have a little bit of toast and a quick cuppa and off you go. Now, these aren't a meal replacement by any means, but you can fill yourself up with them if you're feeling like a snack. Like I said before, most people are overfed and undernourished. There's a lot of people out there having some kind of energy drink, especially a lot of the tradies I know in the afternoon, they're drinking these Red Bulls and this, that, and the you name it. Les on the line here, he'll know. He's a concreter, and you see so many guys drinking this crap. That was Les's life. And what I love about this is that this has pure superfoods. It's not just another protein drink. It's all vegan, plant-based superfoods. So there's some incredible funky ingredients here, which I'll quickly read out to you. Radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, pomegranate, pumpkin, portobello mushrooms that are in here have vitamin D. Now, it's the only plants that have vitamin D besides the sun. We're all told the sun's out there to kill us. These things come in a chocolate and a vanilla and chocolate flavor that you can whip them up with a bit of water in a blender or a shaker, or your favorite milk. Something like a plant-based milk is the most ideal thing, an almond or a rice milk, and bingo, with a couple of berries and a banana, and Bob's your uncle. You're just like rocking for the day. I feel 10 times more energy having these than without them, and there's been plenty of times that I haven't had them and I felt depleted. Now, what the funkiest and best thing in here, besides like the broccoli sprouts and all the goodness that's in them, is that it's got niacin in it, which is a natural antidepressant. So there's lots of people out there taking lots of medications for antidepressants and things like that. My mum was one of them. And since she's been implementing these, she's like a brand new lady. And for me, that was the biggest godsend. That was what really saw me go and have the belief in that, knowing these products work, because she's like just incredible now taking them. So in a nutshell, that's what they are. Plant-based macronutrition. If you think about your body as a car, as a vehicle, these are the fuel, the top quality fuel you can put in your body. It's not made in the lab or anything like that. Again, grown to the peak time of ripeness. So you're getting all your macro and your micronutrition, which your body needs to thrive on. Every single part of the body's anatomy needs certain cells and goodness. So this is covering everything. You're getting over 50 different whole foods in your body every single day. I don't know who the hell does that, but if you take this, you will be. So the best way to explain more about the products and bring it to life is to share some stories on how it is working for other people. And Diani, I'd love to hear your story, because you've been taking the products for a while. You might need to take yourself on mute.
I have. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah. Take it away, girl. What have you noticed since you've been taking it?
Yeah, look, it's been almost 3 years now, Jim, since you reached out to me, and it was pretty much, it was make or break for me. I'm a mother of 3. I had been married for 17 years, ran a business, worked full-time, ran a household. All my children did sport, dancing. It was manic. And my health was always sort of pushed to the back burner. I didn't even really think about it, to be honest. I would just get up, feel terrible every day. It didn't matter how much sleep I got. I never felt rested. I was depressed. I was angry. I was pretty much at breaking point, and I left my marriage. So my mental health was probably like I was teetering on the edge. You know, I was at my doctor and on the verge of starting antidepressants, and really I didn't have much vision for my future. I was just really depressed and didn't really want to be here. And Jamin just like messaged me out of the blue, and you know, I'd sort of been watching his page and seen a few things pop up, so I felt like I had nothing to lose, and I was just defeated. And the fact that someone reached out to me when I felt so helpless, really, I was like, yeah, look, I'll give it a try. And literally within 2 weeks, I was sleeping better. I was just feeling a little bit more positive about things. Like I had more energy, and my children are 19, 18 and 13. So for the whole time that I've been a parent, I never had any energy. Like it didn't matter what I did, what I ate, what I didn't do, how much I slept. I always felt terrible. And I just started to feel rested. And that has been a catalyst for it. The main thing for me has been the change in my mental health, because feeling good and feeling rested has given me the energy to do things, has given me the confidence to try new things. And when I just felt like, you know, there wasn't going to be much more of a life for me, which is ridiculous. I mean, I was 39, but just felt so hopeless. I felt hopeless. I had a failed marriage, you know, not really any job prospects, and I just felt terrible. And it was like, how am I supposed to live like this for the rest of my life? What's the point? So it's like starting this, it's completely unbelievable, the difference from my life then. Like I just had this vision of me in the fetal position and then reading a message from Jamin, and just like the universe just spoke through me and said, yes, okay, I'll try it. And my life is just, you know, it's complete 180. You know, I feel amazing. I feel amazing, and I'm doing amazing things, and I'm loving my life. Like what you said earlier about waking up and going, yes, like what are we going to do today? What's on? I'm so excited.
Awesome.
That just keeps coming, and it gets better and it gets better. And, you know, filling my body with this, my body is then craving more better foods, which is then increasing my energy even more, and I want to do more positive things. And, you know, what I used to take drugs to get myself through the day. I don't think I've ever said this to anybody here, but I would what you'll call a functioning addict. Like I was really unhealthy, and this has just saved me. Like, yeah, complete different person. Like, thank you.
You're welling me up.
It's true.
I'm so happy to hear that. It's just...
I'm really hot. I'm sweating.
You look amazing. You're radiating and just glowing. And it is incredible how the body... So thanks so much for sharing. It is incredible how the body has an innate way of healing, giving it the goodness that it needs.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's just sort of showcases just how that was, your body was needing that extra goodness, and now you're thriving.
It needed healing. I have healed 20 years worth of damage. Like I can feel it. And it's my brain and my mindset, and that's where the most healing has happened. And I don't get sick anymore. Like, I'm just not sick. I was sick. I had Ross River fever. I'd gone into hospital for cysts on my ovaries. Like, my body was packing it in, you know.
Wow.
I don't know the last time I was sick.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I could talk forever about it.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, now I'm going to zoom over to the lovely Sam, and would love to hear your story. Can you share with us how Juice Plus came into your life, and what have you noticed since you've been taking it? You might have to take yourself off mute, sorry.
Is that better?
Yep, I can hear you.
You hear me? Okay. What I just said is thanks for putting me on the spot. But hi, everyone. My story is very similar to the story you just heard. Very, very similar. Same thing, in a relationship for 17 years, raised 4 children, then got to the stage of my life where the kids all grew up and didn't need me anymore. And I felt like I had no purpose. And, I pretty much went into that depression, went down in that little roller coaster. Same thing, Jodie reached out to me a couple of times, and she just didn't leave me alone. She, in a good way, she just, kept on just, how are you, babe, all the time. And it just always seemed that she messaged me at the right times where I needed that person just to ask me, how are you? And then from there, like Jodie and I, we go way back from high school. So it was good to have that relationship again. And yeah, I don't look back now. I'm heading up tomorrow. I'm supposed to be packing really because I'm getting on a plane and coming up tomorrow for the conference. But my life has changed for the better. I don't think I wake up every morning, and if I do not roll over and grab my capsules and take them, I will still lay in bed for another hour. It's just amazing. But if I have them straight away, that's it. I'm up, showered, dressed within half an hour, done, ready for the day. So they definitely do work, and it's a lifestyle thing as well. So I've got all my girls on it. All my girls are on it now at home. Little Serenity, she's just started school. She's taken the chews, but she doesn't like vegetables, but that's okay. We'll still work with that. But yeah, we're all thriving. We're all eating healthy. I've just filled the fridge up now for fruit and veg for me to go away. So the kids have got something healthy to eat on the weekend because that's what they ask for. So it's a lifestyle change for all of us, not just me. So
absolutely amazing, Sam. It's just so incredible to hear, and and to hear your journey, you've been going, and seeing you thrive along the way is just beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing. We're going to shift gears a little bit now, and we're going to talk a little bit about how the business side of this works, how we can share these incredible products with other people and get the message out there, because so many people need to know about how to live their best life. And it's a really simple way, and we're going to hear from the beautiful Jodie. If I can find you. You are unmuted. I'd love to hear how it all works. Talk to us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. So my name is Jodie Lee, and I'm a single mum. I've got 2 children, 16 and 13, and I've been in the Juice Plus business just under 2 years, and this business has completely shifted and changed my life. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine, and he knew that I wasn't in a great place. I was depressed. I had anxiety, and he initially introduced me to this business because of that, because of the capsules, because of the shakes. He just said, "Why don't you give it a go, like Diani?" And then he also said to me, I was a beauty therapist at the time. I was run off my feet. I was actually looking for another job. I was trying to make ends meet with my 2 children at home, trying to pay rent, trying to pay my bills. And I didn't have that little bit of money freed up just to even go out for dinner with my kids. And that was really, really important to me. So when a friend of mine really reached out to me and said to me, well, why don't you have a look at, you know, the business that's attached to Juice Plus, I just said to him, I haven't got time, you know, I'm run off my feet already. And he just said to me, why don't you just come along to an event? And I'm so, so grateful that I did, because I walked into that room to the event, and I basically opened the door to all the people that I longed to meet, like-minded, heartfelt people who really wanted to make a difference. And so the business model, to me, I really needed to have a really good look at. So the way it was explained, you know, was really quite simple. It wasn't complicated. You didn't need a degree in business, because you're going to be shown every part of an aspect of this business, because we help each other. So you help each other to grow. You know, there's trainings, there's, you know, you're taught the way. So you never ever have to feel overwhelmed. You know, in traditional business, as you know, I was in a traditional business, beauty therapist. So, you know, if a client didn't rock up, then I didn't get paid. And that meant to me, I couldn't pay a bill, you know, debt collectors, that sort of thing, knocking on my door, not being able to pay rent was really, really stressful. So, you know, I thought I needed a lot of time to do Juice Plus, but it wasn't. I really only, at the beginning, only spent 10 to 15 minutes a day on it. And really, it was just about reaching out to people who I knew were like me, like-minded women who I knew could do with some dollars, but extra dollars in their bank account. You know, and the other thing was, when I was introduced to the business, I thought, oh, is this one of those pyramid schemes? You know, I was a little bit hesitant about that. But really, when you have a look at traditional business, the way it works, and especially in my beauty therapy business, or any other business, like if you're in a supermarket chain or whatever, can everyone see this? You know, I realised really the Juice Plus business model was completely different to traditional. So, you know, if you're a supermarket chick, or someone that, you know, starts off at an entry point in a business, you start down the bottom down here, and, you know, and then you work your way up, you know, and reaching up to the CEO up the top of the business, which I know is, you know, if I started down the bottom here to work my way up to CEO, was never going to be attainable without degrees, without, you know, going into university, that sort of thing, to hit the top of this food chain, I guess you would call it. And I really wasn't interested in going back and doing any more study and taking any more time away from my children. And even reaching this top point here, I knew that I would be time poor just for that little bit of extra money, and I wasn't interested in any more stress in my life. So what I loved about the Juice Plus business model was everyone comes into this business at the same point, and it's more like a rectangle. It's like this, and everyone comes in at the same point, and everyone has the same opportunity to reach the top position in this business, which is NMD. So you start off as a virtual franchise, and the only way you work yourself way up in this business is through helping each other to grow, to learn. And it's just amazing how many people do actually reach out and help in your team. They want to see you succeed, because they know how much it lights you up, and they want to see you do that. And also, to start a business with Juice Plus is $165. I don't know any business. I know in my beauty therapy business, I would go to buy my supplies for much more than that in one session. And, you know, to be able to come into this business and know that you can make a residual income in this business when you hit the top position at NMD. This is residual, guys, so on the side money. You know, when you hit this position, you're on a minimum of $80,000 to $100,000 per year. And that's, you know, that's uncapped. You can go further than that. And that really just was like, wow, imagine I could do that. And I definitely am on my way to creating much more success in my life, and I'm able to take my children out once a week, or even more than that now, for dinner. And I'm able to help other women to do the same thing, and that there is a thing that really lights me up. So yeah, so that's my story, and I hope that was explained well enough. Damon, you've got to unmute yourself, I think.
You did absolutely amazing. I know I put you on the spot, and thanks so much for sharing. It is brilliant. And when I first saw that, I was like, wow, that's completely different to what I thought this was about. So it was a really smart way of doing business. It makes a lot of sense. You know, to have an extra source of income, you'd be mad not to do it. I know for me, when I was run over and was running my business, I didn't have a backup plan, and I was screwed. I relied on family and friends and help from the community to get me by, and it was really scary at the time. So I'm so grateful to be able to have this extra bit of income coming in to help me buy, especially with my kind of work. It's periodic. So what I love about this is that we get paid 3 different ways. My normal job, I'm only getting paid the one income. Sometimes I was lucky to even get paid after doing jobs. What I love about this is we get paid 3 different ways, which is brilliant. We get hopefully you can see this, a retail profit for sharing the product like you would with any product that you're out there selling. The company is brilliant because that you're just connecting the customer with the company. They do all the background work for you. They just ship the product straight out. You don't have to sit in your garage and stock all this product behind you. You get paid a retail value just for sharing it and sending it, the company sending it out. So that's pretty awesome. You also get paid a commission. Like Jody said, this business is a teaching business. The more people you reach out to and help and share this business that you love and care about, you get paid accordingly to that. So there's different levels in the business, obviously, like any business we talked about. So the more levels you go up, the higher the commission rate is, which is absolutely brilliant. And the best part is that we get paid bonuses. There is unlimited amounts of bonuses in this. Who in their normal traditional job gets paid a bonus? I don't see many hands up. It's pretty rare these days. I know for me, at a Christmas party, I think I got a camp chair once from a pretty big company I worked for, and I was like, woohoo! That's pretty awesome. That was pretty cool. But you know, so I know every now and again you hear people getting some bonuses, but it is not a very common thing anymore. With this business, the more people you reach out and help, the more bonuses you're going to get. You know, so sometimes an extra $500 a month can make a huge difference to some people's lives. It is just mind-blowing. Now, for me, I was not wanting to be one of those people. I was like, I am not going to be vomiting this information all over everybody. And I found out that it wasn't like that, really, because all I did was have to share it with a couple of people. I first off shared it with Diani, and then she shared it with her friend Dion, who shared it with Jody, and it's just been a spiraling effect from there. Now, I did not even know Dion or Diani before this business. I did not know Dion or Jody before this business, and it's been mind-blowing. I've known Diani for a long time, but what I found with this business, I didn't need to know lots of people. Like, it's just a sharing business, like you would with any business. Anything in life. Like, you talk about a movie that you've heard about, you might not even seen it, and you're recommending it to other people because your friend told you it was freaking awesome. So you go and tell your next mate, hey, let's go check this movie out, I heard it's really cool. Or you've heard about a restaurant that's brilliant and the food's amazing, and you're just going to take their word for it. Like, that's what this is. is that we're a referral business. We get paid to refer people on to this incredible product. What I love is that we've got this incredible program with it. It's not just a product and a business. We've got a program that is like an online health retreat. We've got amazing recipes and guides and exercises to do. There's all kinds of health professionals that you can tap into anytime, and there's webinars every month on different health topics. And it's just a brilliant extra source that it comes for free. It's programs. There's lots of different programs out there with the Juice Plus company that different teams are in. And one of our programs is the Tribal Wellness Movement. So if you've heard about this from your friend that's recommended you, I would encourage you to check that out, because the value in there is worth thousands of dollars you're getting for free. So you're not just getting a product. The business side of things, to enable that and share that, is just brilliant. You don't need to be a health professional or anything like that. People are in there that you can tap into and use those resources. So I think really sharing that, and the bonuses can start from $500. The first bonus is $100 up to $400. And what I love about this is a teaching business. So if you teach somebody how to do this really well, they get the bonus, you also get the bonus. So the bonuses go up to, I think, $10,000. Eventually, there's $3,000 is the NMD part of it. You don't get the teaching bonus by then. Once you're earning around $100,000 a year, which is an NMD level, you know, you're pretty well nailed this. You don't need that teaching bonus, because you're already teaching so many people. You're earning a pretty good residual income of around starting base of $100,000, which is, for some people, mega. That's like their dream. Some people, that's what they earn, and they want to earn and make a bigger difference and an impact. So in a nutshell, that's pretty well the business. We can share more links with you if you want to learn more about it. What I do love is that this business has given people a new lease on life, and we're going to share a couple of business stories, how that's helping people. And so we're going to hear from the lovely Danielle, who's only just recently joined us. Danielle, I'd love to hear what made you say yes to this business. Why did you decide to join it, and what are you excited about for the future?
For many years, I've been really conscious of healthy eating. I've done various juice fasts, made smoothies, which, pretty much daily, having smoothies, green smoothies, probably before it was popular, mainstream. I used to follow a lot of health gurus in my spare time, listen to webinars, online summits, and just basically soak up any information I could on natural health and healing. Mainly because I'd suffered cystic acne for a long period of time, and it just wouldn't go away. Juice fast would help, but then when I'd start eating again, it would flare up again. And then in 2015, when I got married, my husband and I were trying to have our first child, and after 6 months, nothing was happening. So I thought I would see a doctor and get some tests done. Everything appeared normal, so I just couldn't work out why I wasn't falling pregnant. But then my body was still giving me signs and signals that something wasn't right. I was having very painful periods, and I once ended up in an emergency after passing out at work. So then I chose to see a naturopath, which I've been seeing for the last few years, with lots of tests, and sort of a few more clues were coming up as to why my body was not fertile. Digestive issues, thyroid, like leaky gut. I wasn't absorbing my food properly. and yeah, began taking a lot of supplements and herbs, different concoctions. I then fell pregnant in December last year, 2017, but I miscarried around 9 weeks. So it was pretty devastating. That year, I had really irregular periods, so it became really frustrating, like 4 months apart. Then the naturopath actually did a comprehensive hormone test and discovered that I was had PCOS, which is high testosterone, and also insulin resistance. Sorry, just reading my notes here. Also adrenal fatigue, so my cortisol was meant to spike in the morning to give me energy, and it was basically flatlined, so I was on total burnout. And then some more tests revealed that I may be suffering premature ovarian failure. So yeah, so then I was seeing a fertility specialist, and he said IVF wouldn't be an option. I still didn't give up hope, and I had faith that I could turn the issues around. I then came across Trouble Wellness on Facebook, and I had a chat with Jodie Lee, and I just felt in my heart that that was the right thing for me. So, yeah, so within just working full time and paying for all the visits to the naturopath and all the supplements, was putting a lot of financial pressure on as well. So I did want to pursue a career in natural health, but I just didn't know how to do that financially. Yes, I just came at the really right time, and I ordered my products within the first week of joining. And for 5 weeks, I've been taking the full kit, so all the fruit and veggie and berries, the omegas, and the complete shakes. And within 2 weeks, I got my period back, which I hadn't had since September last year, which was amazing. I just felt generally more positive and relaxed and less anxious. And then since then, just had another period, so that's been a regular cycle again. So yeah, I'll be having a really positive year, exciting times ahead with the business, and yeah, this whole environment, I'm just loving it so far. Sorry if I rambled on too much.
No, thank you so much for being vulnerable. It takes a lot of guts to do that, and courage. That's just incredible. I know that you only just started, and you know, it sometimes can be overwhelming what this business is, but to have that happen for you and to be able to share that now is a brilliant, beautiful. We got one more quick business story before we got the amazing ladies going to come and share some more on that. But I wanted to quickly hear, so thanks Danielle, really appreciate you jumping on. I wanted to hear from MJ, because you've been doing this business a little while and really taken it by the horns, and how did you hear about this business, and what has it been for you since you started, and what are you excited for the future?
So hello everybody. So I think for myself, it's been a very exciting time. So I had so Jodie made contact with me quite a while ago, and then it just came to a point where I was just feeling quite unsettled in my work. Like I'm an educator in a childcare service, And I don't have my own children, but every day I look after 128 children, so I feel like they're mine. So for me personally, the journey within the business has been one of real growth. I said yes to the business after Jody spoke with me, but also when I was invited to an event down here in Melbourne, and the question was asked to the group, what is your biggest dream? And I kind of sat there and didn't want to say what my biggest dream was, because I thought it's just too big and maybe it's impossible. It's not a possible reality. So for those of you who don't know, my dream has always been to build a school for underprivileged children and to educate them. So I just sort of walked away from that meeting going, yes, this is something that I really do. I can envisage and I can see. And I remember speaking with Jody not long after that, and it basically became a no-brainer to join. My world has just been really open. Like, my mind has been open, my heart's been open, just to the amazingness of what these products have done for myself and for those who I've reached out to and connected with. So I could talk about it myself, like everyone, about it for a long time. But I think for me, I've kind of categorized it into what I call the 4 layers of my comfort zones. And if we've got time, I'd like to quickly share them. So the first sort of zone that I've been processing through is the red zone, and it's also known to me as the comfort zone. So I feel very safe and secure and in control of where I have been working. But I had to get to a point where I had to move beyond that process. So then from the red zone, I moved to the orange zone, which for me is a big area, which is all about the fear zone. And so where I felt that I'd lacked my self-confidence, I'd find excuses. I let other people's opinions dictate how my life was going. But I had to come to a point of going, fear has got 2 meanings, and the meaning that I wanted was that I wanted to face everything and rise. Like, I didn't want to run from it, I needed to rise. And so then I moved into the yellow zone, which is where I'm currently sitting, where it's the learning zone. So dealing with challenges and acquiring new skills, and I suppose extending that comfort zone of being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And then there's that green zone, which is very much about, which is the growth zone. And for me, this is where I feel being in the business and having the business has really helped me to nurture myself and embrace myself, but also those who I've reached out to, and remembering and finding my purpose and living my dreams, and setting new goals, and I suppose conquering my objectives and those the goals that I've set, and remembering my why and why I joined the business. And and it's the best thing I could have done. For me, I suppose moving forward, we are looking at doing the Camino walk in Spain. So I love to travel. I'm off to London in 4 weeks, but my big adventure for the year is moving forward with the business and walking the Camino to promote children's health, and being able to encapsulate just how important children are to me and their health, and really just embracing them as who they are as little people. So thank you.
Oh, thanks so much, MJ. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for where you are going with this, where you've come from, and every day you inspire me with your amazing words as well. I wake up and I see your incredible posts, and it lights me up and gets me back into my zone to keep rocking and getting moving forward. And so we have got, so thanks so much. We've got an incredible lady who's been doing this business a little bit longer than I have, who is a national marketing director. She's going to tell you all about how she came along into business and what it's been for her. So Christine Drummond, thank you so much. I'm so feel privileged to have you on our call tonight. Thanks for coming along and being patient till the end.
That's all right. Thank you so much for having me. Oh my goodness, what amazing stories. And thank you to each and every one of you for having the courage to step up and share from your heart space tonight, because it's not easy. And I've been in this business for nearly 7 years, and I started exactly where a lot of you are starting right now, in that nervous, kind of awkward, kind of just finding my feet kind of way, and thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing? And you know, in a profession like this, you do feel a bit like that, because for me, I'd never done anything like network marketing before in my life. I'd had many career changes in my life, and nothing really lit me up until I came across this business where I was just embraced for who I was. I got to find my voice. I got to step into my power. Someone else held the light for me until I was ready to hold it myself. And other people believed in me before I believed in myself. And I don't know where else on the planet you get that kind of support and mentorship, and you know, and a community that just embraces you for who you are, where you're accepted for your uniqueness. And a lot of people come into our business with all their quirks, and they feel like they've finally found a home. So I want you to know that if you are feeling like, you know, you've never really fit in anywhere in life, then welcome home, because this is the ideal place to unleash your inner animal, or whatever it is within you that is waiting to break out. For me, I came from a very broke, lost place, where I'd always been an independent woman my whole life. I did not need a man, even though I had men in my life, but I could always take care of myself. To all of a sudden becoming a mum and having my income taken away, and not finding you know, myself in that journey. And it was very lonely, and it was very frustrating, because I had to rely on my partner for everything, and I hated that. I hated asking him for money to buy his birthday present, and that was probably the lowest point. And I made a decision that day that something had to change. I wasn't going to do that again. And from that moment forward, I got busy in this business. I started hustling with heart. I started seeing how life-changing these products really were. And I just wanted a different future for myself and for my family. And I didn't want to have to be that stay-at-home mum. You know, I don't have those maternalistic instincts that a lot of mums have. I do like my own company. I love being a mum, don't get me wrong, but I need something for myself. My partner kept saying, you don't need to work, babe, it's okay, just stay home with the kids. I was kind of like, no, I really do need something to sink my teeth into. So this business is perfect. It ticks all the boxes. I mean, where else do you get to earn money from a plan B while you're working at your plan A? And you know, create some extra fun money, you know, that is for holidays, or to spend on other people, or to spend on yourself, or to say yes to more things. You know, that's all it was for me in the beginning. And now I've been able to grow and create an incredible online business. And what lights me up more than anything these days is seeing other people create the same freedom and flexibility that I've been to. Because let's face it, the world's changing. Everything's moving online. We're in a technological age. People are losing their jobs left, right, and centre. People are getting injured left, right, and centre. People are going on maternity leave, having babies and not having income coming in, or they're having babies and then they find, oh, I actually don't want to go back to work. So, you know, we have a solution to the two biggest problems in the world, which is health and wealth. And I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I just want you to know that if you have said yes to this business, you're in the right place at the right time. You know, we all have equal opportunity here. There's no glass ceilings. This is a profession where the women can out-earn the men, and that's definitely what I did. My partner is fly in, fly out. And after we had our little boy, I was able to bring him home so he could put his fly in, fly out boots up for 7 months full time and just be present with us and be a full-time stay-at-home dad. And not many dads get that opportunity. So be able to gift him that was amazing. And the bond that he's created with our kids because of it is amazing. So to be able to give people that gift is life-changing for so many people out there. And to be able to step away from the rat race and really take the reins of your life and create that masterpiece life, whatever that looks like for you, is just amazing. And it's infectious. It's addictive. I feel like there's 4 key pillars to this business, which is health, wealth, mindset, and contribution. And when you put those 4 pillars in place in your own life, that's when you really reach fulfillment. And I feel like that's the key to living a more inspired life. And that's my gift that I get to give other people. So if you're not in the business yet and you're looking at something and you're not quite sure, just come and get your questions answered. What's the worst that can happen? You earn a bit of extra money, risk-free, and you get to light yourself up every day and other people. And the more that you make it about other people, the quicker you move through this journey and the more enlightened you are and the more fulfilled the experience. So that's it from me, mate. I hope that's been useful to you guys out there. And thank you so much for having me on your call tonight.
Oh, I'm more than grateful. This is just amazing. Thanks so much. We really love to hear everything about you and how it's helped you. So